we just got off work. I ain't gonna lie, that court is mad fire over there. But y'all see, obviously I didn't park here, but yo, these cars are nice, but there's so much more to life than this. And today at work, I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? We gotta record a video talking about it, man. That's the topic for today. And if y'all new here, welcome to Ziggy Wick. Y'all know we be doing the POVs every single day, mainly talking about cars, you know, a little bit of life improvement here and there, but mainly just the cars, guys. And right now I just got off work. It's a little gloomy. It's a Thursday, and a Thursday is my Friday because my days off are Friday and Saturday, so I am not complaining. I am so glad that it's a Thursday, and it's supposed to snow this weekend, so that's something to look forward for. That's something to look forward to, you know. Cannot complain about being off while it's inclement weathers, because I do work outdoors, for those who don't know. So the last thing I want to do is have to go to work while the weather is not going to be 100%, you know what I mean? So I guess I just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about, you know, there's a lot more to life than these cars. And I make a lot of videos obviously pertaining to cars, on how to buy them, how to maintain them. You know, the process is long, and sometimes it can be annoying. Just owning a car in general, it does get a little draining sometimes. You know, you buy a used car and things are bound to happen. You never know what can happen with a car. You walk outside, it gets dented up. You know, all these things are stuff that you have to prepare yourself for mentally. But I mean, you know, there's more to life than just owning a car or getting that dream car. There's so much more experiences that you need to achieve. And I guess putting my car on the back burner a little bit, it made me realize that while growing up, you know, like I've already said it in videos, like all I wanted to do growing up was to drive. Like that was my main thing. I love driving. I love going to different places, discovering different towns. You know, there's so much you can learn from just literally driving another town over, you know, see different things, see how drastically things can change in just a 30-minute drive. You know, there's so much more to life than just your hometown that you grow up in. But I guess what really motivated me to get outside my box was traveling. And I'm not saying that everybody should just go out and book a trip, because I understand how money goes, and I'm coming from a perspective where I have flight benefits. I mean, I don't hide this in my channel. Like obviously I work for an airline, so travel is a touchy subject. I get it, because traveling costs money. It costs plans and preparation. You know, like not everybody can go on these nice day trips that I talk about all the time, and nothing's wrong with that. But you can start small and prioritize the things that you actually love. You know, obviously, if you love cars, it's always going to be there, but there's more to life than building cars, racing cars. You know, it's kind of like a relationship, if you really think about it. You know, there's people that get into a relationship, like we all had those friends in high school that get a relationship and then they don't hang out with nobody else no more. That's all they do 24/7. And I mean, it's good for the moment, but that is not healthy long term. You need to have alternative. You need to have options in life, because you know, you got to experience different things. And the healthy relationships are the people that have various hobbies and they come together in the middle to make that relationship work, but they still have their own life outside of that relationship, if that makes sense. You know, the people that understand, like, yo, I really love this person. This person's really cool to hang out with. You know, I could live in their skin. But sometimes you need to take a step back and appreciate the other things in life. Why would you want to live a life not well lived? You think about the most famous drivers, the people that have all the money, the people that are into cars, your favorite YouTubers, they all be taking trips. They all be going out. They all be having fun, doing different things. You know, like it's fun. And yo, this truck is on my butt, and I do not like being in front of trucks. Like, why is he so close to me? Like, damn, bruh. Does he see me or something? I don't know what's going on. Like, sometimes it's like, I wonder if these people understand how big the trucks are. Like, he probably making a right turn right here, but it's like, bro, you look kind of crazy in my mirror, dude. Jeez. Like, I know I'm talking about there's more to life than cars, but you don't got to total my car right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, he is probably making this turn like this truck. Should I squeeze through right here? I think a part of all of this is just getting older and realizing that, you know, I love cars and I have this passion that will never die. Like, I love going to the track. I love all the things that I did with this car. I literally built a YouTube channel just based off driving and speaking my opinions in my car. Like, that is absolutely insane to me. And thank you for all the people that subscribe and watch these videos and listen to me ramble about random stuff. You know, it means a lot. I'll be honest, I'll never downplay that. It is absolutely crazy what we've been able to build in such a short amount of time on this channel. But there's more to that. You know, there's more to my life than just POV drives. There's more to my life than track days. And I have a different video that, not a different video, a different channel. I'll link it in the description. It's called Joshy Vids. And I think I'm gonna start posting more like diverse content there. Because although I like the message that I push on the Ziggy Week channel, which is, if you're buying a car, you want to get the best bang for your buck and to not get robbed, to have a plan, buy a car for the future, you know, and that's the key words that I use. You buy a car for the life you plan to live. You should never live your life for a car. And unfortunately, a lot of people do this. I see on TikTok, there's this glorification of like expensive cars, new Corvettes and M2s, and people will say, oh, it's not that hard, bro, just work some overtime. You have to understand that you're trading your life. Like, time is priceless. You cannot put a price on your time because you'll never get it back, you know. And you're trading time away from your life for this materialistic object, and it's a nice one, you know. I would want to be in a brand new car, but you know, that time that you spent to do overtime and save up to buy the car or put down a healthy down payment, that could have been spent doing something else, you know. And I guess if you're somebody who realizes that and you have no problem with it because that's what you want, then kudos to you. There's no problem with that at all. Like, I would never say to not chase your dream. Obviously, if that's something you want to prioritize as a short-term goal, go for it. But you know, you just gotta enjoy life. Don't be somebody that lives a life of regret, you know. I've had people around me, older people obviously, you know, in various places at work or a random person you meet on the street, and you know, I feel like the one thing that like the type of people that I aspire to not be like are the ones who have regrets. They'll be like, oh, like, damn, if I was younger, if I was your age, I'd do this or I'd do that. And regrets come in different shapes and form. You know, there's people that they literally did not have the opportunity to do what they're talking about. Like, if they grew up in a third world country or something, they didn't have a chance at higher education. They didn't get a chance to go to college. So, you know, when they see a young person in today's day and age where going to college is the norm, that's what's expected after you finish high school, and they'll see somebody that's not doing it, it kind of makes them angry because it's like, yo, I didn't have this opportunity. It wasn't even an option for me, you know. And that's something that I wish I could have did to increase my income, probably not have to work, you know, physical jobs. And that's okay. I understand that. If you didn't have a chance, obviously, you'd want to turn back the clock and do something else. But it's those people that they'll say like, oh, I wish I had did this and I wish I had did that. And it's just a simple decision. It's nothing even crazy. Like, they'll be like, oh, like, I wish I had went to this place when I had the chance, but I didn't go because I didn't prioritize like travel or something. Oh my God, look at those potholes. Gotta avoid them. But yeah, like I would never want to be in my 60s or my 50s looking back and I'm like, damn, like, I wish I had traveled more. I wish I had hung out more with my friends. That, you know, like the people you have around you now, y'all, like, I know it sounds far-fetched because we're so young and we're so naive to the world. And obviously I'm speaking to the people of my age range, like from 20 to 30, you know. Like, I guess I'm not that used to people around me dying yet. And I've seen like my parents, friends have died, and you just think about it as a young person. You think about it, oh, like that older person died, you know. But there was a time where my parents were my age, and they were just living the same life that we're living right now. They're at that age, they're figuring out life, and it passed like that, and then they got old and they passed away, you know. So just don't live a life of regret. You know, if you want to do something, you should definitely just set out and try to do it. Try to do as much things as you can. Cars are always gonna be there, but experiences come and go, and sometimes you have to be in the right place at the right time to catch an opportunity. You think about all the hangouts you've done with your friends, and eventually they're gonna get families, they're gonna buy houses, they're gonna have different priorities, and not all the time people are gonna be able to hang out. And I'm getting into that point in my life now where I want to hang out with people every day, because, you know, I have a flexible schedule on my job, but others don't. Others have school, whether they're further in their education, getting masters, or they got jobs, or this and that. And, you know, people grow up, they get other friends because you're in different environments now. Not everybody's going to the same high school anymore, things like that. So as you enter adulthood, you start to realize how life isn't as predictable as it used to be. And you have to kind of take it by the ropes and make the life that you want. You know, if you want to hang out with people, make that attempt. Sometimes people aren't going to always be able to hang out with you, and you got to do things by yourself. Damn! Oh my God. But y'all, the least you can do is just try. Reach out to somebody, have a conversation. If you're a guy or a girl and y'all be playing the games with your friends, then get on the game with your friends and have fun. You know, not every time people can hang out, but maybe you can play the game or go to the gym with your friends or something. Like, you gotta prioritize life, prioritize your loved ones, but also have your own hobbies. Don't depend on something to fulfill you, because that's how you have all these people that are car enthusiasts, and they talk about how maturing is realizing that you got to get out of the car scene, or this and that, whatever nonsense they say. No, maturing is you realizing now that you need that. That can't be your only source of happiness. You have to have a life, you know. I say this all the time, cars cannot unlame you, money cannot unlame you. You have to have a life. You know, these things are nice assets, get you good looks, but you gotta have a life outside of it, man. You can't just be the dude with the car. Strive to be the cool dude with the cool car, if that makes sense. And y'all just got off work on a Friday. You already know we about to go get some broskis, man. Come on. I'm gonna hit CrossFit. I guess if I could close with one sentence to sum up this video and how I'm feeling right now is: the ship is sinking. The ship is sinking, so enjoy your time before you touch the water. That's my summary or summarization of this video. You know, we're all gonna die. Enjoy it while you're here. Don't blind yourself with all these external things that you think you need, or these goals that you think you gotta achieve, these cars that you think you gotta buy. Like, you don't got to buy the M2 or this and that. Like, you're just fine with whatever car you already have, you know. Have a good time, enjoy your life, and enjoy your day. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. See you, good week out, guys. Peace.